So now that you know a little bit about what is 5G, right? 5G is not only about high data rate, it is also about connecting massive number of devices to the network. It is also about low latency. It is also about ultra reliable communication. Okay, it's not only about high data rate. It's not only about 1 Gbps, 10 Gbps data. It's also about other two things that I mentioned. Okay, so now with that in mind, just let us look at a 5G architecture. Okay, so now if you look at this picture, the picture would not look very different if you look at 4G. Okay, it has all the same elements, but if you have not seen a 4G picture, I want to show you a 5G picture because the network almost looks like 4G. So it has three basic elements. First is UE, which stands for user equipment. Then there is RAN, which stands for random access network. Then there is core network. Okay, so if you take a 4G or a 5G network, right, the picture looks almost the same. So UE, which is a user equipment, can be any device. Okay, it can be your mobile phone, it can be a robot, it can be a camera, it can be an IoT device, it can be a sensor, it can be anything that wants to connect to a 5G network. Okay, so that's what it means. It's anything that wants to connect to a 5G network. That's what is UE. Now, what is random access network? Okay, so if you remember, just few slides back, we discussed about spectrum, right? We discussed about radio waves. We discussed about microwaves. So if you see this picture, so this is basically a tower. Okay, so this is a tower which connects to this device. So random access network, or the radio, not random, radio access network refers to a tower which operates using that radio waves. Okay, it's a wireless network. So it operates using that spectrum, which is in the radio frequency range or the microwave frequency range. So this is the wireless communication part that I was talking in the previous slides. Okay, I hope this is clear. So when we are talking about wireless communication, it is about this communication. Okay, this radio access network and UE communicate using the 5G spectrum, which is allocated. Then after the RAN is connected to something called as core network. Okay, so what is a core network? So if you look at your device, right, this is a 5G device and you want to talk to someone. Okay, that someone can be a machine or it can be a human being. Let's say you want to access internet over Wi-Fi. Okay, you want to access internet over Wi-Fi. Now this is a 5G network, but this tower cannot directly talk to a 5G network. Why? Because this is part of a 5G network. It understands 5G protocols. It does not understand Wi-Fi protocols or Wi-Fi rules. So there is something called as core network at the back end, which takes the information from here and then it talks to other networks. Okay, let's say you are a 5G user, you want to connect to Wi-Fi, so you send the information from your phone to here, and this sends the information from here to here. Then the core network will know that, oh, okay, this is not a 5G technology that I need to connect to. I need to connect to Wi-Fi. So what it does is it knows what is the protocol that it needs to talk to Wi-Fi, and then it takes this data and sends it over Wi-Fi network. Okay, so that's what core network does. So similarly, think of a scenario where you are a 5G user here. You want to talk to a landline. Okay, you want to talk to a landline. Landline is a wired network. It is not even a wireless network. So what you do, you talk to this RAN. RAN sends that information to core network. So now core network will know that, oh, okay, I need to communicate with a landline. Okay, so what it knows is, okay, this is not a wired network, this is not a 5G network, it is totally different. It is PSTN, that is public switching telephone network. So I need to connect to a landline. So it has that knowledge. So core network is like the brain of the system. It knows that, okay, I need to talk to different technologies. Okay, that's what is the purpose of a core network. And this architecture is similar even in 4G. Yeah, someone said that it is radio access network. Sorry, I apologize. I kept on saying random access network. So sorry, it's a radio access network. Okay, so it talks basically at radio frequency. Okay. So don't worry about, if you don't understand what is UE or RAN or core network and all that, you can just note down these terminologies and you can always, go to internet and read about it. If you understand the basics right from this session, at least you will be able to connect to, when you are reading over online. Okay. So I'm the founder of company DTRI. So it's an upskills company where we do embedded systems, IoT and 5G technology certification programs. And we also do placement for engineering students. So you can contact us. So there is a website that you can visit, ttri.in. You can also connect through, you can send me an email, or you can also send WhatsApp message on this number if you have any questions. So please join our LinkedIn group. So you can type Deshila Technology Research Institute on LinkedIn, and you can join our page there. And you can also ask questions there, and also about any new events that we are conducting. So we frequently update this page with our events. And just to give you a quick glimpse of what we are doing in terms of research. So so we are based out of Mysore in Karnataka, and we have our own 5G test bed. So this is the picture of 5G test bed, which is used for education purpose. So if you see here, I've written the use cases. So we use it for EMBB focused configuration, some kind of testing and all that, mainly used for education and research. And we have collaborated with the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Department of Science and Technology has funded this program, and we are based at SJC Step Mysore.